Hey, what is up guys? So I got a bunch of replays of showing off the new Neo Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon, one of the most fan favorite decks of all time essentially. It's the Blue Eyes archetype, and it's in action. It's a new card that was actually printed on a Ferris wheel in Japan. I know that was really fast. I got a ton more replays, but I just want to go over its effect really quick. So anyways, let's go and check it out, and then I'll give you guys also like a deck profile from the guy that sent in some of the replays. But anyways, so it requires 3 copies of Blue Eyes. What it does is, at the end of the damage step, if it was fusion summoned, and it's the only face-up card you control, you can send a Blue Eyes fusion monster from your extra deck to the graveyard, and it can attack again. And you can use this effect of it twice, so it can attack 3 times for 4,500 attack. And if that's not already good enough, it has a bonus effect in the graveyard that if your opponent targets a Blue Eyes monster or monsters you control, you can banish this card from your graveyard and negate the activation. So pretty much you'll be able to make a game against most decks. I was even thinking maybe if your opponent had stuff, you can just Fairy, Meteor, Crush. That can also be an option, so you can do Piercing. Pretty good stuff indeed. But anyways, I got a lot more replays and a lot of different other builds that I want to share with you. But thanks Teriyaki for that replay. We got a lot more to check out, and again, I'll give you guys the deck profile for the deck. Now, if you guys are wondering, is this going to be meta? As of right now, I don't think it's strong enough to stand alone on its own feet and like compete with like pendulums and stuff like that. But I feel like it's an okay deck. It's not going to be like tier 1. Again, it depends on if we get more support announced for dragons. We already know that there is a Chaos Dragon, the Felgran. That structure deck is coming out. And we also have the DeeDees coming out before that. So it's going to be a little bit of time before we get that. By that time, maybe we'll get some crazy support to make it more viable and more meta, so to speak. But as of right now, I think it's more of a fun deck. And they kind of did this for the fans. And I think that it's really cool that we have like Blue Eye support and we have Dark Magician support. So I'm really waiting to see like which deck is going to be better, and maybe they're just going to be kind of equal, because I think that would be a really cool fan favorite matchup. And then again, we have the Neo Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon all by itself on the field. When this card is by itself, it just makes itself so much better. And going further into the game and like looking at like how we have a lot of the new like Maiden and like with the eyes of blue and like the little chibi monsters, like the small like level 1 monsters that kind of support the Blue Eyes archetype. I feel like because they are tuners, well, specifically like Maiden, it really opens up the door to having a lot more potential for other plays in the deck. But the deck is relatively linear, and I was thinking maybe you can mix in Kaiser Coliseum, so your opponent can't have more than 1 monster. Well, as long as, if you have more than 1 monster, obviously, then yeah, you can do stuff. But it keeps that Maiden alive, and then if they attack it, then you get Blue Eyes, and they're going to have to go main phase 2 to get rid of Blue Eyes. But you can see, this card can just attack multiple times. It doesn't care, like, oh, you got tokens, who cares? I'm just going to keep on attacking you, because it has so much dang attack. It's just really awesome to see how much attack that thing has, and how it can just, like, deal with, I mean, Dark Worlds aren't exactly meta, I understand, because someone's going to be like, wow, this ain't versus Cosmos, or this ain't versus Performapal, not even good. Okay, you guys have to understand, there are a lot more players that are interested in just having fun with the game than playing meta over and over. Also, one thing that's kind of cool, I don't know if some of you guys have seen this artwork, but there is a alternate artwork, Blue Eyes White Dragon, which is, he's got Kaiba on it. I like that one a lot. But my favorite artwork of the Blue Eyes has always been that one where he's sitting on top of the tower. That one is my favorite. It'll probably always be my favorite. I just like the way it looks, but you can see he just keeps on attacking. Like, you can basically, it doesn't really matter what monster. If there's only 1 monster in the field, you usually can make a game. But sometimes, even if it's like 3 monsters, depending on how much attack they have, you can go ahead and just make a game anyway. So I like that aspect of the deck where it just doesn't care like how much attack your monsters have. Usually, I mean, with the exception of like, I don't know, 5-headed dragon, like 4,500 is enough attack to get over pretty much. I'm trying to think of what in the meta has more than like I don't know, maybe that the new Cosmo card will have like 4,000 attack. I don't know. But for the most part, I think that 4,500 is indeed enough. But that Fluffle Crane and the Designer Frightful, so those were summoned. And then you can see it, just attack, attack again, and attack again, or get wrecked Fluffles. Fluffles, they can definitely do quite well too, but unfortunately that guy did not open it up very well. But got 2 more replays for you guys. We got this one, where is it? It's Blue Dash Eyes who? There we go. Some of the replays air out. You guys know how it is. Oh wait, hold on. I want to see that one for the left. That is Blue Eyes versus Dark Magician. All right, so this is one I want to share with you guys. Just using that other effect in action. So this is versus Cosmos. The Cosmos player, I think he made a misclick, I want to say, or maybe he's just not that familiar with the game. But he makes a play that I think wasn't the best. He could have went into a rank 4 here. I mean, it's War off thou. He makes that go face down. I really think he should have either shuffled first or maybe went into a rank 4 to try to deal with that. But this play right here, the having Forerunner and Farm Girl is not exactly the best choice here. But anyways, he's going to go ahead and go for the Blue Eyes White Dragon. And then he's going to go ahead and Dragon his mirror into Neo Blue Eyes. And he's going to go attack. The guy didn't have anything to tag out for, so unfortunately, yeah. That was just not the best move. And then a Slip Rider in attack position. I don't know. I don't think it was necessary to put it in attack position. Because I believe you can just special summon a level 4 low. It doesn't have to be like in attack position. But anyways, he goes ahead, top deck the reasoning, going for that Saki play, goes for the Honest, and then goes and makes Dark Rebellion. And then he's able to gain a bunch of attack and then put that card into the graveyard. I think he could have went for something else. I mean, it depended on what he wanted. I would say like rank 4, bounce that thing back so it's not in the graveyard. But you know, I mean, at least this card has that bonus attack. Then he top decks another reasoning. So I was like, wow, dude, is he gonna come back from this? And then he actually pops Cosmo Town to search out Dark Destroy, which I thought was a good play. But then he keeps himself alive with Gospel Revival, and then he goes ahead and tries to kill with Dark Destroy. Then he goes ahead and activates the Neo Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon effect to protect this card once again. And then the guy goes ahead and busts out a Forerunner, but Forerunner it's just not strong enough, man. And then he's going to go ahead and activate that effect, go for that Straw Man, and then he's going to go attack. And then he needs to top deck another card. What is he going to top deck? Oh, it's the Cosmo Light Sword, which no one plays. Well, actually, you know what, to be honest, at one point, I'll admit I played one. The reason why is because I got tired of Pendulums just summoning a bunch of cards. And I'm like, I'll just pierce them, man. But it'll also help with Farm Girl, like, to attack over some things. And if there's a face down, Farm Girl could do piercing. I liked it at one point, just for a little bit. But for the most part, it's not a very good card. But anyways, I saved, of course, the best for last, guys. I liked this one. Blue Eyes versus Dark Magician. And I want to know, what do you guys think is better? I personally think that the Dark Magician support, as of right now, is just a little bit better. Because Dark Magic Circle makes the deck. And the fact that you can search out the card with Magician's Rod, very excellent card indeed. And like this card doesn't really have any downsides. It like keeps on letting you banish cards, and then it's kind of like a pot of duality, I want to say, but like there's no like restrictions on like use special summoning. So anyways, he goes ahead and busts out the Thunder and Dragon, and he changed Illusion Magic. I was gonna say Illusion Magic, and then he's able to search out double Dark Magicians, and he takes 3,000 to the face, and then another 3,000 to face with the Blue Eyes. And then we have the Dark Magic Circle activate. I think this card, it just makes the deck so much better. I also want to try out the Dark Magician support with Wonder Wand, because sometimes like that Magician's Rod, like he doesn't really do much. Like well, like if I could click on him, he got like, hold on, let me move this out of the way. Well, did he like banish it or did he put it back? Well, all right, here's one right here. So it only has 1600 attack. Wonder Wand will let you maybe run over something and then also give you the draw. And he already gives you an advantage enough anyways. And usually like, him on board doesn't really do too much except for Illusion Magic. And if you have like other cards, yeah, of course, it can be more utilized. But anyways, he goes for Dark Renewal, and then he's going to go ahead and banish the Blue Eyes because Dark Magic Circle, it's too advantageous, I think. And that's the problem that Blue Eyes will have. Like, banishing is just... Dark Magician sends the stuff out to the Shadow Realm, and the guy really can't do too much about that. But nonetheless, he's got a Dark Paladin with 3,900 attack, which is actually pretty decent. Maybe get some Buster Blader up in here. It's cool to see like the Buster Blader, the Dark Magician, Blue Eyes. They're all getting support. Like, you get support, he gets support, everybody gets support. Very cool stuff indeed. But anyways, I know a lot of you guys want the deck profile. This is his build, the guy that sent in the replays. So thanks for all you guys that sent in the replays. I like this build the most out of all of them because this one's it's kind of like a turbo. It wants to get it out as quickly as possible. Obviously, I didn't build the deck. If you guys saw my deck version of the deck, there'd be triple Max C in it. But anyways, so he's got triple Blue Eyes alternative White Dragon, triple White Spirit Dragon, triple King of Swamp, one guard with the Eyes of Blue, 2 copies of Ancient Whitestone, 3 copies of Whitestone of Legend. 1 Sage Knight, 1 Maiden with the Eyes of Blue. I'm sorry, 3 Maiden with the Eyes of Blue. I also recommend this card, guys. It's called 1/4/1. It lets you get out whatever you want. It kind of helps out in a lot of scenarios. Plus, it just dumps. Maybe you don't really need a Blue Eyes. You just need it in the grave. You know, you can definitely make good use of that as well. He's got 3 polys, 2 trade-in, 2 cards constants, 3 Melody of the Awakening Dragon. Very, very good card indeed. With this card, I feel like you can totally just add 3 copies of trade-in, but it's kind of, you know, up to you guys on that. And then we have 1 Dragon's Mirror. I like playing 2 of them, especially because, like, once this card attacks, you can send double, so then at that point you're looking at 3. So that's pretty advantageous already, and obviously if you're making this card, you're going to have 3 in the graveyard already, unless you count King of the Swamp, but King of the Swamp also lets you search poly, so it helps out with that. And then we have 3 copies of Twin Twister, because if you get rid of the back row, like the monsters, you should be able to run over pretty much most monsters in the game. Even if there's like 2 monsters, you might be able to OTK them still. And then we got 2 copies of Silver Cry, 1 Wonder One, and then we have Light Mausoleum. For the extra deck, he's playing 2 copies of Neo Blue Eyes, 2 copies of Blue Eyes Twin Burst Dragon, 3 copies of Azure, 2 copies of Blue Eyes Spirit, 1 Spark, 1 Michael, 1 Moonlight Rose, 1 number 30 Hope Harbinger Dragon Titanic Galaxy. Then we have Sun Dragon, which I think is still a really decent rank 8. And then we have Divine Dragon Knight Felgran. But anyways, guys, let me know if you guys have any suggestions for this build over here. Like, I feel like there's a lot of improvements that can be made, but maybe he was just going for a turbo. He didn't want to play no max. He didn't want to draw. He's like, I'll OTK before I even need to draw. But anyways, thanks for watching, guys. Make sure you let me know if you guys like Blue Eyes or Dark Magician. Which one you guys think is the best? I would love to know in the comment section below. And also don't forget to give that like button a titty slap. And it's been your boy Will Smith, signing out.